Hello everybody. I will use this model to show you some parts of the respiratory and digestive system. Here we will cover upper respiratory tract only. So we're gonna start with the nose, nasal cavity, and so on. So this opening over here is called external nares, and then we come to this area that is a vestibule. Posterior to vestibule we have nasal cavity. So nasal cavity, the roof of the nasal cavity is formed by a cribriform plate of the ethmoid bone, and here's the sphenoid bone over here. The floor of the nasal cavity is formed by hard palate, soft palate, and uvula. Also inside the nasal cavity you can see these protuberances. This is called concha. So superior nasal concha or concha, middle nasal concha, and inferior nasal concha. Now below each of this structure you see those grooves. They called meatus. So superior meatus, middle meatus, and inferior meatus. Okay, so this structure over here is pharynx. Pharynx is made of three parts: nasopharynx, oropharynx, and laryngopharynx. So laryngopharynx is posterior to the upright epiglottis. You also can see two paranasal sinuses, frontal sinus and sphenoid sinus. This opening over here, this is the opening of auditory tube. Also this structure over here and another is over here, those are tonsils. Tonsils are part of lymphatic system or your immune system. So this is called pharyngeal tonsils, lingual tonsils, and this little structure over here is palatine tonsil. So pharyngeal, lingual, palatine. Okay, so now when we get to laryngopharynx, laryngopharynx is divided posteriorly to esophagus and anteriorly to the larynx and trachea. So if you look at the larynx, so larynx has several cartilages. We can see epiglottis over here, thyroid cartilage, this is cricoid cartilage, and inferior to it is trachea, so tracheal cartilages. Inside the larynx you also see this structure over here. This is called vestibular folds, and this is vocal folds, or false vocal cords and true vocal cords. Okay, and a little bit about oral cavity that we can see over here. So here's our roof of the oral cavity, hard palate, soft palate, uvula. This is the tongue, and here we can see several muscles over here. Right, this muscle over here, this is called gina glossus. This one inferior to it is called gina hyoid. So this is little structure over here is hyoid bone, and this one is mylohyoid. This is mandible, and this is the maxilla. Okay, and also, when we already looking at this model, I wanna show you this pituitary gland that sits in the sella torsica of the sphenoid bone. Okay, I think that's it for this model, and thank you for watching.